As a proud ambassador of the Redland Foundation, I'm so pleased to provide the background music of this video.
The Redland Foundation was established to assist the Redlands community and keep this great city and its heritage alive and thriving. And it's working. Let's ask Mayor Karen Williams and the Foundation President Don Seckham.
Well, that's a great question. Let's break it down and look at all the milestones.
Our first significant achievement was a partnership with the Mater Private Hospital here in the Redlands and the Mater Foundation to raise $100,000 to purchase a gamma probe to treat cancer patients. Dr. Lamley, what's that meant to cancer patients here in the Redlands?
Well, it's offered an opportunity to access more minimally invasive techniques of determining lymph node status with breast cancer surgery, and that is associated with less longer-term complications into the future. And for that, we're very grateful for the efforts of the Redland Foundation and Mr. John Wooler for making that available locally to Redlands women.
Well, that's a great start, but the Redlands Foundation also responded magnificently when we saw an arson attack at our Dunwich Post Office on North Stradbroke Island. Together with the Australia Chamber of Commerce, we raised over $90,000, which made that Dunwich Post Office a reality again for that community.
Karen, our biggest dream was to start community grants here in the Redlands, and our opportunity came when Ian McDougall's will became available to us, and that bequest meant we had $30,000 for 10 years. Alexandra Hills Men's Shed funded for $4,000 to acquire this Talk Centre for Work, which is designed to provide the ability to utilise common power tools as a versatile multifunctional machine, enabling ageing men and those with some disabilities to safely participate in woodwork and continue to create in their local community. Point Lookout Surf Lifesaving Club, funded in 2015 for this inflatable boat motor. Inflatable rescue boats are fast, highly manoeuvrable pieces of equipment specifically suited to the surf environment, allowing requests to happen faster, saving more lives and ensuring safer beaches. Also funded $4,696 in 16 to purchase flag kits, bodyboards, nipper boards and sun-safe rash shirts, which are essential equipment for programs targeting youth between 5 and 16 years at the club, which are our future lifesavers.
Thanks, Redlands Foundation.
Redlands Museum funded $6,300 over 2 years to install an enterprise Wi-Fi system, which significantly improved office operations, allowing for better data collection and research. It has seen faster operations, better communications and marketing opportunities, as well as an online presence targeting a younger audience, including partnerships with school groups. Australian Industry Trade College funded $5,000 for freestanding tables and digital cameras. The tables are used to replicate a workplace environment, while the cameras are used to document their experiences as well as market their service to the greater Redlands community.
Thank you, Redland Foundation.
Well, the McDougall Grant Program has distributed more than $90,000 now, but the truth is that fund actually stretches much further than that.
Yes, indeed it does. The first $145,000 bought a baby crib, transport crib, to move premies from rural Queensland and island communities, for fact, into the Mater Hospital. A great achievement. And then there was $450,000 provided for a baby bridges hub at Indigiscapes. Congratulations, Joe, on the new centre. It is absolutely fantastic. And as well as provide your social enterprise area, as well as provide the hub that we've talked about, you've also provided for the community here.
Yes, this is a tremendous facility. Our theme is about uplifting communities, and in this community and event centre we have the opportunity to serve a wide cross-section of people at Redland City. It's a tremendous facility where we like to invite as many people as possible to come down and see the work that we're doing. And of course we have our Bush Pantry Cafe here, which is open all week We have lots of visitors come to enjoy the environment here and to mix, and also to have an opportunity for lunch or morning tea in a great atmosphere. So it's a tremendous facility, and we welcome people to come down to our bush pantry facility.
Joe, now let's look at the Ian McDougall Early Intervention Centre that we were able to secure $450,000 towards the cost of.
Yes, this is a fantastic centre working with young children with disabilities from 0 to 5 years of age. And it's a great opportunity for them to get the supports that they need in those very early years of their lives. And we greatly appreciate the support that we've been able to receive from the Redlands Foundation. It's made the difference, and it's meant that we've been able to build this magnificent facility. So our special thanks to the Foundation for the wonderful legacy that they're leaving for future generations.
Karen, then a wonderful couple came along and made a donation so we could have our second grants program.
Yes, we are so fortunate to have Jeffrey and Jerry Underhill donate around $890,000 to our foundation, of which $70,000 is being distributed to our community groups across Redlands. Let's see how these community groups have benefited.
Redland Private Hospital funded $10,000 for the purchase of a wall-mounted cosy cot. The funding supports the installation of a neonatal resuscitation cot specifically for babies with breathing difficulties. Playlist Group funded $6,000 towards the purchase of an outdoor activity spider web net, which will enable over 100 children with autism and other disabilities to enjoy sensory experiences at their Birkdale facility. This equipment has provided significant benefit to families in need of respite. The Capalaba Junior Rugby League funded $10,000 for an upgrade to their club facility. The upgrade ensures the club continues to be used by numerous community groups in the Greater Redlands area and has become multi-use, achieved at a relatively low cost. Cerebral Palsy League of Queensland Redland facility funded $10,000 for automatic access doors involving the ability to gain entry for those with disabilities. It's now my pleasure to invite the Mayor of Redlands to welcome and say a few words about these wonderful people.
The first time I came across Jeffrey, I was actually local councillor for Division 9, Capalaba, on the board of the PCYC, and he basically came to me and said, if you guys at council give us $100,000 to fix up the floor, I'll match it. So what could you do? We had no choice. I went and saw the mayor at the time, which happened to be Don, and it was an offer we couldn't refuse. And that legacy now lives on with the PCYC. We've been able to formalise it and share his generosity with all of you, and it's unfortunate they can't be here today to see the work that you do, because let's face it, you are the backbone of our community and your groups that you work for in our city to make sure that we're a wonderful place to live and take care of the residents of Redlands. So if you ever have the opportunity to come across Jeffrey and Geraldine Underhill, just give them a big hug and say thanks, because it's people like that that make this city so special. So congratulations to all of you. We hope that we can continue to provide these sorts of funds through people like Geraldine and Jeffrey. And with that, I'll probably hand back to Don to move on with the proceedings. Thank you.
Thanks, Karen. You should know that Jeffrey has now donated $890,000 to our foundation so we can continue this grant program. And that's a fairly significant sum of money, you'd all agree. Now, these grants you wouldn't receive if it wasn't for one particular person. And she'll be embarrassed, but I'm going to call her out because Lauren Andrietta helps you with these grants. She does the grant program for us. She's a volunteer in that respect. She works for the Redland Sporting Club, but she volunteers her time for the Redland Foundation. And I'm going to ask the Mayor if she'd come forward and thank Lauren with this gift of flowers.
Well done. Well done. Thank you.
And it's very, very well deserved, can I add. I have to mention our Disaster Relief Fund, which has now raised over $100,000, which will be used in this community in the event of a natural disaster.
Don, I'd just like to touch on something that is very close to my heart, and as Mayor I've been having fundraisers called Dinero en Rouge, and we've been targeting a total of $200,000 by 2019. I've had 3 events, And thanks to the Redlands Foundation supporting this important cause, and through the generosity of Dan Holtzapfel, who donated $100,000 to the Redlands Foundation, which in turn now actually has meant that we have reached our target of $200,000 here in 2017, and it's generosity of the Redlands Foundation that we'd like to thank.
Yes, well, you're certainly passionate about this cause, Karen. Have we reset our goals now?
Well, look, it's fair to say we'll always need funds to support people in our community in need, and Maybank has been doing that for many years, and it's fair to say that the money we've raised will help them provide transitional housing. And the good news is that the government's also interested in helping that occur.
Good.
Well, Don, the Foundation has done great things, so where to from here?
Well, Karen, if we look back over what we've achieved in a few short years, it's very evident that we've had a big boost from a will left to us and a few major donations. I guess our future really depends on continuing to attract that sort of funding. So our heart needs to be in that. All our committee have a role to play in that, and our solicitors within the Redlands City have a role to play in promoting that through last wills and testament, and we'd encourage the Redlands community to get behind that.
Well, Don, as Mayor of Redland City, I know how generous our city is and how committed they are to the sense of community, and I would be encouraging everybody to think about leaving a legacy for this city through the Redland Foundation. Redlands has a strong tradition of giving and has been blessed with a long line of benefactors whose legacies ensure for the enrichment of our community. We commend the Redland Foundation for building on this spirit of philanthropy, drawing our attention to the needs of our community and simplifying the process of giving so that those needs are met. We trust it will become an important resource for benefactors, non-profit organisations and other grant makers committed to the enhancement of Redlands and its people.